What were your emotions on Saturday night, again, watching that, and then, everything that followed? I mean, just with the emotions from Shane Beamer, and the Gamecocks are going to a bowl game in his first year after, really a year ago to the date, you and I were talking during a coaching search, and now the Gamecocks are bowl bound.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Incredible.
And this is probably unfair, but when we hired Muschamp, I know I've seen a lot of people talking about at the Texas A&M game or maybe the Tennessee game. I've never felt worse about the state of the program. I was never in that boat because I never really felt worse about the state of the program than the day that we brought him in, because it's just I know this is not where we need to go. This is not what's going to work. This is not going to go in our direction, which of course it didn't. And then, that day a year ago when you and I were talking, honestly, that was the best I felt about the program since 2016. And now, you flash forward a year from there, and we're sitting here at 6-5 with one game to go in Shane Beamer's first year, bowl eligible. We've beaten Florida, Auburn. Obviously, we got mauled by Tennessee and Texas A&M. You're going to take your lumps in that first season, but I think everybody objectively can be proud of the direction of the program and where it's gone to. Because we talked for a long time, the number one thing you want to see out of all of this, coming out of a 2-8 season that was preceded by a 4-8 season, you want to see improvement. And I think unquestionably since the bye week that we've seen that improvement, and that has got, at least to me, that's the most profound thing I've seen this season.
And I've been the guy, Alex, all season just pumping perspective and harping on perspective and having that. And I really do, again, hope people are able to, it's fun. We've been picking it, of course, yours truly been picking at Mike Bobo, picking at Auburn and talking our junk this week. But I hope people can just really, on a serious note, take a moment to have real perspective in regards to what Shane Beamer has done and the job he's single-handedly done. And also those players buying into him, if you will. You're talking about a program, like you said, won 2 games last year, 4 the year prior. So you'd won 6 combined games the last 2 seasons. And so for Shane Beamer to, like I said, you can look at this season glass half full and glass half empty. You can look at it as, we backed our way into some wins and we found a way to eke out games against ECU and Vanderbilt and Troy. And listen, don't get me wrong. It was ugly at times. It made us want to pull our hair out at times. Most certainly. You and I lived through it. We all have. But you found a way to win. And Shane Beamer has found a way to keep this team together, keep this team believing. I mean, this thing could have easily gone sideways after you got, like you said, absolutely embarrassed at Texas A&M. But kudos to Shane Beamer, that coaching staff, that entire football team, that program as a whole, for continuing to believe, buy in. Again, when you really have perspective, again, if I told anyone before the season, South Carolina is going to be 6-5 going into the rivalry matchup, and you're going to have wins over Florida and Auburn, nobody would have been anything other than thrilled at that first year result.
Of course. Those are 2 teams that would we play Auburn for 87 years without beating them?
Right.
Or something ridiculous.
Now we beat them back-to-back seasons. Yeah.
That doesn't make a lick of sense, but that's neither here nor there. And then, you just steamroll Florida. And I don't know. It's just after that bye week, and look, we can all point to the Missouri game. We talked about the Missouri game ad nauseum last week. It was just rife with turnovers that we didn't need to make. And that's how you end up on the wrong side of that one. But you kind of take that from the bye week forward, and, Zaquandre White has emerged as a huge weapon that is somebody that we can ride going forward for the next 2 games. And it's just you kind of look at all these things coming together, and just the belief and just the confidence that they have now as a team, winning those 2 games, rolling into your rivalry game, already having the bowl game secure. All bets are off now. We've achieved the goal that we were supposed to achieve before the season began. And now we got one left in the chamber that we can just absolutely go nuts with. And that's huge.